Okay. So, you can currently marked checks. We've got, you can see all these X's, right? Thankfully, we have all of the stuff that I've been marking down, so that I can keep track of what I've done, what I still need to do, and, you know, et cetera, et cetera. You can see all the things that I've been working on. Let's just say, like, you know, Death Mountain, I haven't been marking some of these and whatnot. So there's a few things that I haven't actually marked down. So, but yeah, so we have, a lot of things. We actually just got the prescription, I think. I remember something about prescription. I don't remember 100%. Maybe I'm crazy. This one is no longer locked by these. Oh yeah, that's right. The birds. Oh no. Yeah, okay. I actually wanted Scarf. I wanted you to look to see if I had, there's a setting in Ocarina of Time Rando for the soul stuff that's supposed to make it so that if you kill one of these birds, that that it won't respawn. And I wanted you to check to see if I turned it back on, or I turned it on, because I have been killing these birds in Lon Lon Ranch, and they kept on coming back like a nightmare. So you can see all the things, right? All these things, all the stuff that I've done. Yeah, Tatanko's Cavern is just not even marked at all, even though I've done it. But you can see what I'm talking about, right? You can see all of these locations, what I've done. Thankfully, I've been marking off a lot of them since. I think it was actually Fire Temp. What? I don't remember. I don't remember which one we needed to do. I don't remember what dungeon it was that I didn't finish. I don't remember if I need to finish Volvagia. Did I get Volvagia's soul? I don't remember. But yeah, I've had a spreadsheet. That setting is not enabled. I'm stupid. I hope, okay. I really hope there's nothing on the Lon Lon Ranch enemies, because, like, the Lon Lon Ranch birds. I've got the ones at the Spirit Temple. Because I remember being a pro sniper for that one. But it's like, going through, I have to, like, re-enter the data into my brain so that my brain can remember it. So it's like, okay, gotta go through, gotta look at the tracker, gotta be like, hey, okay, yeah, this I did, this I didn't do, blah, blah, blah. Anyways, we're gonna get started. So who's ready? Who's ready for Ocarina of Time? Let's go. And no more buttons. Okay. I don't even know what to put on my throne list now. It's like, what do I want for self-care? I put a self-care thing, and I was like, I don't know what to do for self-care. What even is self-care? More salt and vinegar Pringles? I have that on the throne list already. Hey, Deterius. Welcome in. Alright, let's go play a game. Wabam. Wabam. Oh, look at the doggo. Yes? Yes? Oh yeah, I have to record. You're right. Face mask kit thingy and smooth music? Smooth music? As opposed to chunky music? Oh man. Crunchy peanut butter or chunky peanut butter is the best peanut butter. I knew you and my brain went to the same place. One of those massage pads that go on a chair. Ooh, a heated blanket. Oh my God, I need a heated blanket. Oh my God. I have destroyed 3 or 4 heated blankets from overuse. It just like stops working partway from like too much use in the winter time. Oh my God. Only because the chunks sink in the state oh, the chunks sink. Okay, yes, Rashkavar. Crunchy for eating on its own. Overuse. Yeah, electric blanket. Oh man. Gotta sneeze. You're not supposed to eat the heated blanket? No, I was talking about peanut butter. Okay, I'm talking about peanut butter. Hang on, I'm trying to put electric blanket on the throne list. Oh my God, they have wearable heated blankets now? That's too much. That's too much. You can't do that. That's too comfy. Also, it's, wow, that's expensive. Excuse me. That's too much cozy though. You can't do that. Winter's over down here? Oh man, it's just started here. Just think, in like a couple weeks we'll get a blizzard. 'Cause that's, yeah. Yeah. Electric socks? What? No way. I gotta sneeze. Achoo! Ah! Sorry. Sorry. Big sneeze. That was a big sneeze. Bing, bing, bing. If that happened, they'd be shocked. What, the electric socks are great, but I'm always worried about the wiring being exposed. You like your peanut butter to be stuff that's just peanuts and a bit of salt, which tastes amazing, but it will also separate out based on density. That makes sense. That makes sense. Okay. Oh my God. Okay. I have everything set up. I believe. Today when I'm done stream, I'm 100% gonna mix up that ice cream in the freezer. That possible ice cream. I pressed the recording button, which I'm waiting for it to pop up saying, yeah. Okay, who's ready? Well, bam. Also, I don't think that I have the items tracked correctly because I don't think I saved the items. I don't know. I've got one medallion I need. Wait, did I get? Did I? Oh, okay. What? I don't remember. I need to look through my souls. Okay, so things we need to do still. Bubbles. Dead hand. No. We've done Dead Hand, right? No. Maybe? I don't remember. I know we did in Shadow Temple. Hang on. Let me go back. Let me look at cuz that's bottom of the well, right? Bottom of the well is a dungeon, so did I do Dead Hand? I did not do Skulltulas. Or the Deku Baba, which you can't kill as a child because you need fire arrows. Do we have fire arrows? No. We have ice arrows. I don't actually know. You know what? I'm curious. Let's go and see if we can kill some Deku Babas with ice arrows. Oh, they did put them upside down. Thank you for sending me that. I just looked over at my other screen and saw the thingy. Oh yes, and also, yes, fairies, this game will break if we pick up a fairy that is actually a heart piece. Sorry. If we pick up a heart piece on a fairy location, it's GG, game over. Okay, so if I summon a fairy, right, from, let's say, the Gossip Stones playing a song, right? And yeah, and there's a heart piece in there. It's GG, game over. I don't think it can be progression items anymore. I have not marked down a lot of things. Like the medallions. I got the fire and water ones, so that's... Oh, hang on. We can go to oh, okay, well, we're here anyways. I don't think we have any more progression items that can be on anything, right? I don't think there's any more progression items that we... Oh, you're right, actually. How many slingshot ammo do we have? Yeah. It's possible that that can also mess things up. Okay, it said elemental arrows, so we're giving this a try. Rude. Oh, that counts! That counts! That counts! Okay. No, Dins doesn't count. I know that one for a fact. Okay, Kokiri Forest. Deku Baba near field. That one. Okay. So there should be three more Deku Babas. Oi. Is this Bigoron sword? I don't remember. Yes. Oh, wait. All right, one by Link's house. All right, that was just nuts. Okay, there should be one inside, it says one inside a fence, so I'm assuming that's up here. Oh! Rude. Okay. Fool! That's me. Big fool. Lanthier! I had a question for you. Ow. Rude. Take that. Should I be scared? I wouldn't say that. I wanted to know what the average Australian woman height is. No! You need to catch back up on our DMs. Life got in the way. Oh, don't worry. I know that feeling. Trust me. Let me tell you about super migraine. Oh, there's still 6 more Dekubabas. I had a super migraine the other day, so my brain is all jumbled. Oh god, I wasn't paying attention. I get slapped in the face by a plant. Hey, heroes. You had one of those this week too? I have a weird medical condition that makes it so when I get one of these special migraines, that it's basically like having a stroke. Half my body goes numb and a whole bunch of other things happen. And I have to like recalibrate a whole lot of stuff. So we call those my super migraines because they're not migraines in the same sense. I'm running out of arrows. What? Okay. I don't think that I'm gonna have enough. Ah, darn, I was really hoping that that would give me arrows. Okay, hopefully that's enough damage. Yes! Oh my god, I managed to do it! Okay, yep. So that is everything but Skulltulas here. Okay. Your aunt's migraines have been like that since your stroke? Like the 14 hours of pain? Yeah. I need more arrows. Yes! More arrows! Oh, stroke-like symptoms. Oh, that's not good. With things like with things like that, it can get really dangerous because like especially if you have a stroke and then you have symptoms like that, then it could be more neurological stuff. Thankfully, like, mine is not, mine's a genetic thing. Like a genetic mutation. Not an actual stroke. It's just a genetic mutation that mimics a stroke, but also, you know, has other issues that goes along with it. But I can't even imagine, having to, you know, stress out about, like, actual neurological stuff like that. You know what, we can... Oh. I think that's like one of the things is that when, because of what I go, or what I have, they have to be careful with, like, the medication that they give you. Because of, you know, anything that increases, like, risk of stroke and whatever else all, they don't want to give you, because, yeah, right. They want to know when you're actually having a stroke. In comparison to a migraine that mimics one. Oh, she can Kakariko. There we go. Neurological things can get really scary. I don't wish migraines on anyone. 14 hours of migraine is absolute butts. Thankfully, like, I wear myself out pretty early onto my stuff. I can't even imagine 14 hours of it. Okay, here we go. Kakariko. We had the adult crate 1. Okay. Now we have adult crate 2. Okay. I'm just gonna knock them out so that I can mark them down. So that's 2. This is 3. Okay. That's 3. Great expectations. This is the arrows crate. Sorry, I'm having to mark things down because I did some of this stuff before I got the tracker. It's also still nighttime, so that means no Anju here. So there should be 8 crates. Here's another one. So that's another crate. So that's 4. There's 2 in the back. Oh, here's 2 here. Oh. 1, 2. So we'll mark, that's 5 and 6. And then there's 2 in the back. So, yeah. No, Anju can't talk to B? Oh, Bay. Oh, wait, hang on. There's 2 more here. Oh, because there's a backyard crate, which is separate. Okay. 1 there, 1 there. Red rupee crate. And, hey, I'm assuming that must be in the backyard. do 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 do. I can't see. Okay, so here's one. Here's two. For the back. Oh, that's the red rupee crate. Okay. So that must be red rupee crate and crate 3 for the backyard. And then these two over here. So that should be all the crates. 1 and 2. So that means that Kakariko still has stuff that I can't do because I don't have the sun song. Alright, let's go outside so we can wait for daytime. What were we talking about? Well, we were talking about planning a thingy. Did we end up talking about what game? Or like how long we wanted to go? I think was what we were talking about, right? I don't remember. Welcome in, Ray. But yeah, for those of you who are probably watching this video on YouTube, between the last time that I did this and now, I had a stroke-like migraine. So it's a migraine that mimics a stroke. The problem is it comes along with some brain issues and stuff, and I have to recalibrate my brain a bit between things. So I'm not very good with my memory right now, or speaking. Okay, so we have talked to Anju as an adult. And I'm pretty sure we also had Pocket Kuko. Okay, we have... Oh, did I not... I want to make sure that I've done this. Okay, yeah. Wait, no, not Pocket Kuko. I got that one. It's this one that I need to... Yes. Okay, that one. Okay, I've done it. Do we have the mushroom? No. So we don't have the mushroom. So we have... Okay, that and shooting gallery. The tool created to cut down trees kept getting picked on by its newer powered brethren. So he trained and trained not just his body, but also his mind. Now he's strong and wise and wishes to share his philosophy and training with the world. Saw karates. Oh, is that supposed to be Socrates? Ah, okay. Yep, I get it. I don't know who that is. Okay, that's cheating. Okay. Almost. was leaving. I don't know if you saw that, but like, that was, oh my god. Yikes. All right, shooting gallery reward complete. Ay. My soul left my body. Wait, Willow, are you here? Tell us about your monkeys. How are your monkeys doing? Okay, looks like the only thing we need for Kakariko is the odd mushroom. So locked by odd mushroom. That's it. The only thing we need for Kakariko is the odd mushroom. Everything else is done. The graveyard is locked by Sun Song, and that's it. So, time to go up Death Mountain. So what are we looking for? What do we need to beat the game? Is it Forest? Yeah, okay. So we just need Phantom Ganon Soul. Do we have Phantom Ganon? Did I find that at the end of yesterday? Or I say yesterday. Okay, so we're missing Volvagia. Did we kill Baronade? I don't think so. Because we don't have that listed marked down. Bongo we must have. Because I have this Shadow Temple. And Twin Rova we must have. Because I've got Spirit Temple. So... Oh! Oh! Okay. Rude. Oh! I didn't realize that we haven't done any of this. Whoops. Okay. I'm just gonna wait for this to pass us. Literally nothing. We're gonna get Ice Trap. No, we're not gonna get Ice Trap. That's too Tektite. Ha ha ha. No bully. Where's the other Tektite? Oh, the adult one is at the summit. I see. Please don't roll over me. We do have hammer now. Arcade Paradox. Literally nothing. Yep. Also, friendly reminder to everybody who's a subscriber or a YouTube channel member to connect your Twitch/Discord to Twitch and Discord or YouTube and Discord so that you get the role stuff that you get access to. Okay, Cow. Where's Cow? Okay. Cow Grotto. Okay, so that's Storm's Grotto. Cow Grotto, Storm's Ferry, we've gotten. Gossip Stone, nope. Yo, Bean, thank you so much for the follow. Where is the Cow Grotto on this list? There it is. Cow Grotto cow. Yo, look at this cool wings. Look at these cool wings. No, I don't want the ice trap. No, take it back. Okay. Well, we got that. I don't think there's anything else in here. We got the grass. And I think we marked that down already. Cow grotto grass. Yep, we did. Okay. Before we do anything else, we're gonna go back down because I want to, make sure that we have the stuff from the Storm's Grotto. How's your tail going in front of your wings? Like physically? Magic. They're ethereal? Is that it? Is the thing where you can, they're magic wings. So like they're both there and not there. They're not a physical, like, connected part of my body. They're a magical, like, thing in the, yeah, you get it. No, not Schrodinger's wings. It's like, you know when there's, like, in magic, right? How there's something that's there, but it's like you could wave through it, right? Yeah, ethereal, magically existing, but not physical. Exactly. See, but no feel. Yeah, exactly. All right, Storm's Grotto. Where is it? Storm's Grotto. Butterfly Fairy? Apparently I don't have these marked. But I'm trying to find... The Storm's Grotto grass is marked. Okay, I must have... Yeah. I think I didn't mark down... Storm's Grotto... Gossip Stone Fairies. Okay. Alright, let's save just in case. They're on 2 separate spirit layers. Yeah. Right, we're gonna play the Pona song. Which is gonna give me bomb shoes. Oh, goody. I lied. Welcome back. Okay, and that one we've already done. Okay. So we gotta go to the summit. We got a lot of things to do. Okay. Apparently I'm being... You know what? Link? Stumped by a sign. GG. I'm curious about the fact that those rocks, right? Those rocks that I got rid of there, that was with a hammer. I wonder if they're gone forever, because otherwise I don't know how I'd get up here as a child. Where are you? No. No. All right, wall skull. Oh, an arrow. Come on, I know you're coming down here. Just come down. What's wrong with you? Come on. Oh, there we go. Piece of heart. Nice. Okay, we got Summit Tektite, and we got Lower Wall Skull. A fairy? Okay. We got 1 and 2. Alright. Oops. See, we're cruising. We're cruising real good. I'm curious what number we're at on our stuff. Okay, so we have 2. I need to save here because if this is a heart piece, we're in danger. Nope, $5. $5. Okay, there's also a sun song fairy somewhere on this mountain. And I'm trying to... Oh, I bet you it's at the flag. Great fairy reward. Okay. Was just a single green rupee. Okay, so we have a lot of things we should be able to do, right? Here with the, prescription eye drops. I feel like if you needed eye drops, if I hadn't done the eye drops yet, you'd be all puffy-eyed. So I don't think that I need to do this anymore. Yeah. Okay. So eye drops is done. I don't think I have the broken sword. But I do have the claim check. So this should be the Bigoron check. That sword is my finest work! Rude. Okay, so this is child, and sun song. So this is locked by broken sword and sun song. Okay, cool. Finest work my butt. Okay. During his joy, that says child. Rolling Goron as an adult, though. I feel like I've definitely done that. Have I got the right tunic on? Yes. Okay. This is not... Okay, this is Death Mountain Cavern. Volcano freestanding heart piece is looking awfully not. So I'm gonna mark that down because I really don't care about that. Wall freestanding heart piece is down here, which I think I've also gotten, but I'm gonna grab it anyways. Yeah. Excuse me. I'm having to go back and mark things down because there were some things at the very beginning that I didn't mark down because we didn't have the tracker at the time. Okay. There's a grotto fairy spawn that I need. Please don't let it be a heart piece. $5. Hey. Okay. Hot. Okay. Yep. I'm heading over towards Darunia's area. Well, is it really Darunia's area as an adult though? Because Darunia's kind of busy, right? What do you think, chat? Whose place is it at that point? Lift. What do you think? Whose place does that belong to? Finders Keepers? So is it mine then? Literally nothing! Yay! Squatters' rights. I'll just move into Goron City. Actually, I'm wondering, like, when Link becomes an adult, right? When Link saves the world, right? I guess he gets sent back. So, never mind. Ignore me. I'm just thinking, if Link saved the world here and didn't get sent back, where do you think he would live? Right? Where do you think he would live? Because he can't go back to his house. He can't live there. That'd be weird. Because he's not a Kokiri. With Malin. Lon Lon, probably. I do have to see if I don't have Darunia's pots marked down. So there's 3 pots in here. They're all done. So we'll mark these down. Moving in with Zelda or Malin, probably. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Ah, it was close. Honestly, I did pretty good considering I couldn't see. I thought I was farther ahead than I was. You think that Twilight Princess Link is a descendant from Ocarina of Time Link and Malin? That would be a really cool theory. Kuru! Oh man! Kuru is a sweetheart. If you're not already following Kuru, you should. Kuru is fantastic. Alright, Gossip Stone Fairy Spawn. Is just $5. Come back here, $5. Hey. It just reminded me that blindfolded OOT speedruns are crazy impressive. Oh yeah. Sometimes you get a feeling, right? Like how many steps, whatever else, how many, whatever. Like once those $5, it's $10 because with fairies it gets doubled up. So it's like 10. No. Can somebody do a shout out for Kururu? Ruby is barking in the background. She heard me say her name, so now she's not. Hang on a minute. Thank you, Scarth. Can you do a slash shout out for Kururu? Yo, and somebody did Danny as well. Thank you so much for my sibling plushie. Thank you, Scarth. Okay, we did the rolling Goron as an adult because he's still chilling on the ground here. Ice trap. What's wrong with this guy? Oh, there you go. Yeah. Okay. So that means the only thing we're missing here is to come back as a child and open the door. Okay. Goron City. I have everything that I need in order to complete it. I just need to come back as a child to do so. So I can play Saria's song for Druinya. Griff played this song, Sakura. What happened? Did it break? I wonder what this version of the Ocarina of Time world is like for the regular people. Like, do Kakariko villagers open their pantry looking for chips and just get frozen for a few seconds instead? Oh, looking for chips? Oh, it's Godzilla! I see it. I'm just... Yeah. I see it now. Hang on. I'm zoomed in very big. So... Yeah, there we go. Now we got Godzilla. How do I get this guy to show up? Alright, one bubble. I don't even know what bubble this is gonna be. But one bubble. I'm gonna assume that's red bubble below bridge to Fire Temple. It's a Yura. Griff is gifting 10 Streamloots packs to the community. I don't really know what to do about that bubble. Hey. Alright, that's the plank bubble. And then there's one more. That's the Pierre bubble. A dragon plush? Oh man, I'm getting all the goods today. Where is it? Okay, there we go. There's the Pierre one. Hey, who's doing the bunks? Gossip Stone Fairy Spine. Wait, where's the Gossip Stone it wants? Okay, so that bubble right there doesn't actually show up as a check. You spawn a time block? Blueberry pancakes would fix you? Blueberry pancakes is big yum. Are you sure? Are you sure that I can spawn time blocks? Oh, you're right. Yep. You're right. I remember now. There is a gossip stone up here. No, thank you. Because I bombed open the wall already. Do-do-do. Alright, we gotta be careful. Between the scarecrow and the rupee platform. I was not close enough because I got scared. That's a nice trap. 100%. I knew it! I wonder if Kuru would ever collab with me. I'm still too big. There we go. That's better. Okay. A mere frame cannot contain the Sagu? It true. So it looks like the only things I need here are... I need Child Link to be able to go up Death Mountain, which is a possibility that I might not be able to do. I don't know. Yo, Anidrew, thank you so much for the raid. Arc Knight and Field. Oh man. I want to play that so bad. I've been like excited for that game for God so long. What do you think? Do you like it? Welcome, welcome by the way. I hope you're all doing well. I've been an Arknights fan for like a long time. The lore about the game is really cool. Okay, I need to get through this room. I need to scroll all the way down to the fire temple in this list. All right. Oh goodness. Not lava room. Before Flare Dancer. There we go. How's your rando going? Being into archipelagos for a while? Nice. I'm not doing an archipelago. I'm doing a soul shuffle. Okay, one keys. There we go. All right, one keys. 2 torch slugs. Uh-oh. 3 torch slugs. So each of these enemies that we kill can drop an item. Heck. Yep, enemy drops and soul shuffle. So that means even if we find an enemy drop, or even if we want to get an enemy drop, we can't unless we have their souls. Yep. I'm glad that you're doing archipelago stuff. They are a lot of fun. We need more people to join in on the one that's coming up on the 14th. We have one coming up on the 14th. Join us! Join us! Join us! Like... Wow, nuts! What's happening? The 14th! Yeah, the 14th is when our community one starts. Actually, I was gonna pop up bombs, but I don't need to. Hey, nice! Yeah, I have a 40 seed coming up that I'm in the middle of prepping for. No! An ice trap. Nice hat, thank you. It's very big. No, no, no. Like, I'm doing 40 games. I'm doing 40 games, but we've had multiple 40 community, like we've had multiple 40 player archipelago runs. Rare dancer chest. But yeah, it's funny because they don't actually take that long because of the, you know, the fact that we have like rules in place to make sure that things actually keep moving and don't get stuck. $69 solo. We'll see. Listen, I think I could do a 69 solo easy peasy. I just need to learn enough games. You just set up Minish Cap for AP finally? Nice, nice. Okay, we got both these keys. I think we've marked them down. Yes. Okay. Do we have Bovagia's soul? I don't think so. No. I mean, you can double up, right? Like, I could do a 69 seed archipelago for sure. And I do plan on it eventually. I think everybody's overestimating how long the 40 seed is gonna take. One keys. Ah ha ha. Oh heck. Boo. Yo, enjoy the lurk, and thank you so much for the raid. Can we get another shout out, please? Thank you so much for coming by. I hope that you enjoyed Enfield. You gotta let me know what you think of it, because I've been looking to play it. Darn, I was too early. Okay, that guy just went out of my range, I guess. Yeah, I thought that was too high. I'm like leading way too much. I keep forgetting that this is not the that it's not the hook shot. All right, one more keys. Definitely recommend. I'm glad. Is it like an open world thing? Also, sorry, if you said you wanted to lurk. I'll stop talking. Well, I won't stop talking, but I'll stop asking stupid questions. Okay. So in this room, there is 9 bubbles. So let's start with this one. Heck. All right, 1 bubble. Bubble. Rude. Okay. Free bubble. Thank gosh I have Bigoron sword. Turn. War bubble. We need 9, so we're at 4 out of 9. Heck. It's actually really hard to see some of these spawn points. No! That's 5. We need... I can't remember if there's any more over here. Oh, man. Yes. The answer is yes. There's many. Oh, heck. Well, so those are the souls for stingrays. They will allow you to find and kill any stingray. So that's Water Temple and a lot in Jabu. so there's 3 more, I think. There's 1 there. You can see that. Sparkle, any sparkle in the ground there, that one is a bubble. That one's a bubble. And then there's 1 that's behind this right here. That's also a bubble. Nice. No, not another one. Mari! Oh my gosh. I got all my siblings. Now I just need Kixie. I knew it. All right, jump. So, some of these are a lot harder to find than others. Oh, I wasn't prepared for that. Jeff the shark? Wow, we are I'm trying to mark down these bubbles. I need 1 more, but I'm not 100% sure how to oh, gotta be over there. No! Ah! Why is it gotta be so rude? You see somewhere how many more checks are in the room? On my tracker, but no. There's no tracker at all in the game. I say on my tracker, okay, you know what? Kixie! Now I got all my VTuber siblings. Okay, there we go. Now we got the last one. That's all the bubbles. Okay. So now I gotta figure out where I am in comparison to where the items are in this room. Oh, nice! An ice dragon. Is it weird that you love burned food? I don't think it's weird. Scarth heard ice dragon and came out of hibernation. I don't know what you're talking about. Okay. Bubbles, bubbles, toil and troubles. Hey, Telson. How you doing? Enjoy your lurk, Shay? I don't know what the Jean-Luc thing is. I'm gonna call this the blocked room chest. Oh, of the Enterprise. Oh, Picard. Oh, yeah, okay. I know who that is. Wait, what did I say? That was like Jean-Luc. Up. Going up. All right. Right here, Phantom Cannon. Okay, right here, Phantom Cannon. Oh, okay. You know what? I was trying to be clever. It was in fact not clever. Oh, that's weird. They should all just be copies of the others. You're good. You're goof infamous. No, they should all just be copies of the others. Oh, we don't need the fox on the screen. Because the fox stuff is done. Goodness gracious. Yeah, we've already done and unlocked and whatever everything. No need to press any buttons. We are good. We don't need any buttons or anything. No, David. No. Hang on. Where's the green? There we go. No, no, you put those buttons away. Bah, bah, bah. No? What do you mean in the pinned comment? Excuse me. 10,000 tiles heading my way. Goodbye, like. No! Rude. Okay, fine. I don't think there's anything else in this room. I think, yeah, it's all cleared. You just want to look at my mirror shields? Ah, okay. There's no pinned comment? Wait, is there a pinned comment? Hang on a minute. I'm looking. Oh, what? Infamous! What? 2 hours? I don't have chat open. I don't have the Twitch channel open. I can't see when somebody pins a comment on my Twitch app. Rude. Hashtag winning. Bleh. Bullied. I don't need to do anything. I can just ask Fogs or Scarth to do it. Now that there's a lead moderator role. Biggest bomb bag! Hey! Lead mods can delete other mods' comments? They sure can! No! Okay, we got all the keys. Sakura is awesome. Please, please don't pin that. I don't want to have lies pinned. No, no more pinning things. No, don't you dare. Don't you dare. I will actually demod anybody who pins that. No loading wheel. My brain, no load. I do know that tone of yours. It's holding me back. Good. That's the I'm not joking, like, tone. Genuinely? Yeah. I just can't believe that it's been up for 2 hours and no, like, somebody had said something about a pinned comment and I just completely ignored it for so long. Hey, Blastoise. I was like, oh, what are they talking about? Pinned comment. Okay, this is lower chest 1. Rude. How's the seed going? Pretty cool, actually. I'm trying not to get hit in the face by rocks. Did you just... What did I just what? I have no idea what you're talking about. We need a business Saku emote for how serious Saku is. I feel like business Saku is a good emote. It'll go right along with the frozen emote. The alerts were missing for the Godzilla and... Oh, so 2 plushies. Thank you for fixing it, Scarth. I have no idea what happened. It must have gotten messed up for Godzilla, and we just copied. Well, I wonder if it's when I changed the type of arm that goes along with it that I messed it up. You found a couple of others that were messed up as well. I'm sorry, Scarth. Messing up all the things over here. I'm just marking things down on the list here. Saku just makes me imagine your avatar in a smart business suit. I would look pretty good in a smart business suit. I don't have Ferrer's wind. This is gonna be a bad time. Fancy. Has everybody claimed, has all the chests or whatnot been claimed? There's no more chests on standby, right? Yes? Okay, there's no more free stream loots. Pack it up, no more buttons needing to be pressed whatsoever. All are claimed. Trying to like get across here without falling. No, I did not. No, I did not. No, I did not. Oh my god, Griff! Gifting out 5 packs to the community. Okay, there's bubbles in here. No! No! The firewall's coming! Popcorn? What? No popcorn. Hey. Okay, 2 bubbles. There's so many bubbles in this thing. Where? Okay, not Boulder Maze because we haven't gone in there. Fire room, bubble 1 and bubble 2. Okay, so there's 5 in this room. What? What do you mean looks down at Saku? Hang on a minute. Are you calling me short? Come back. What are you doing? What are you doing up there, chat? Quick! Quick! Ah! No! No! This firewall needs to go away. Just placing a note? What do you mean placing a note? Come on. Hurry up. No! Ha 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 ha. Oh, that sounds awfully close. I think I got 2 more bubbles. So that means there's only 1 left. Fancy with the 5 consecutive watch streak. Congratulations. Does ignoring to play Monhun with friends count? How's the do down there? The do? What do you mean? Am I... Where? Where's the thingy? Where's the last one? Why can't I see? Oh, I see. Ah! Quick, fire! No. That's not fair. Get back. No, you're so far. Go back! Go back farther! Excuse me. Okay, I'm ready. Come on, hurry up! No! 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 Why didn't you set target correctly? Oh my god, this game's rude. Okay, there we go. We got it. Wow! All of that for $5. Hey, Saria! Welcome in! How's the weather up there? I knew what you were saying, Jack. I knew you were saying that I was short. I heard you. Woo! Nice. Torch slug. 1. Wait, who's... They're playing the Hey song. Hey. I don't remember what song that is, but I know that there's a song that has hey in it. Don't even. The boss key! Yo, we can do nothing because we don't have the yeah. We don't have Volvagia soul. Oh yeah. Hey, sister soul, sister soul, sister. Outcast? I think that... No, wait. Hang on. Are they going on tour? I feel like there's a band that's going on tour that starts with an O. But I don't know who it is. Fish? Hey, we don't have fish. Also, hey, Seth. We have only throw. No fish, only throw, but throw is paused. Shortcut chest, upper chest. Oh, scarecrow chest. I just want to find a Phantom Ganon soul. That's all I'm looking for. So I can go kill Ganon. But I can't kill Ganon because I haven't killed Phantom Ganon. And then once I go get to Phantom Ganon and kill Phantom Ganon, then I gotta go talk to regular Ganon. And Ganon's gonna be like, have you seen the light arrows in this butt's place? And then I'm gonna have to go find the light arrows wherever those are. Lemon juice in it. What place? Some butts location. What? Cat Murray? Excuse me? If I didn't collect that, then it would still be there when I came back. Ruby is always super comfy like that. I don't know how. Can you imagine if you got bunnyhood as an adult? Go faster! No! I see. With adult bunnyhood? I'm so jealous! What? Somebody please help me set up ship on AP. Later, not now, obviously, but I would like to get it working so that I can play it for the 40 seed. Ow, my legs. Garfield. It's Willard. Anytime that I touch anything ship, it stresses me out setting it up. No, you're rude! I mean, to be fair, it may have a lot of options, but so does Ocarina of Time. I'm being bullied. It doesn't have more options in Ocarina of Time. And it definitely doesn't have more options than Majora's Mask. So it shouldn't be too bad. Wow! Single rupee! Fire maze keys on the one side. If you add all the quality of life options, it might. That's fair. I was talking like shuffle option. I need to figure out where this bat's going next. Don't freeze me. Ah! Rude. Not only did it freeze me twice. Oops. No. Well. I was not very good. Fired. Alright, down we go. Hello, excuse me. I'm here to collect stuff. Literally nothing. This is Goron chest. Shoot, I forgot the compass chest again. Why do I always forget the compass chest? Every time. This is not the right way. This is the right way. I walked into that to dodge the other one. 2. Oh. Okay. 2 pots. Flame maze, right side pots. There's 4 of them. So I'm just going to mark down the 4 because there's going to be 2 here. Okay. So left side pots, there's 4 of them. But what I need now is compass chest. Excuse me. Do you mind? Somehow I always forget compass chest. Oh! You know, every time I come into Fire Temple, I'm like, man, I want spaghetti and meatballs. Right? Isn't that what you think of when you come in? Oh my god. Well, that's a whole lot more checks. You know, isn't that what you think of whenever you come into Fire Temple? You know when you walk in a Fire Temple and you're like, oh man, spaghetti. Wait, everybody's saying like, no, like I'm the one who's crazy. Excuse me. I'm being bullied by a Keese. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love spaghetti and meatballs and will gladly eat them when I'm reminded of them, but also the Fire Temple does not make me think of spaghetti. I don't know how not. Look at those big meatballs right there. Look at, they're rolling around on the dirt. Meatballs. Are you sure those aren't kebabs? Kebabs are but kebabs are sticks? There's so much fire. I'm concerned I'll be reminded of spaghetti now. You have to point out any noodle, but you're complaining about sticks? You have yet to point out any noodle, but you're complaining about sticks? Yeah, because they're not like rolling around with sticks. It's meatballs. I'm gonna just leave that on the ground so when I get ice traps, that I'll just heal right before this fight. Whenever I enter Fire Temple, I think about how I'd rather be in a different dungeon. Ouch! Poor Fire Temple! What did Fire Temple ever do to you? You get a craving for cheddar cheese pretzel when you play Final Fantasy IV? Really? Why? You ate them all the time playing Final Fantasy IV as a teen? Oh, I got rid of my hammer. Oh, thank you. you have to go 10,000 miles away from me? Cause boredom in my 100% speedruns? Really? Alright, that's upper flare dancer. I'm pretty sure that is now all of the flare dancers, right? There's only two? Ocarina of Time. What about pizza? Does Fire Temple make you think of pizza? Somebody's gonna say, well, now it does. You know, cause hot, spicy. Red equals tomato sauce, thus pizza. Right? Come on. I can't be the only one who walks into the dungeon and goes, man, tomato sauce. Fire Temple, first thing I think of, fire. Okay, well that's fair. I can understand why that would be the thing. Oops. Can we not? Goodbye. Keys. Yo. Sleeping time. Did you ever finish those nuggies? No. I may be a little hungry. No, I had that lined up perfectly. Oh my god, this game. Oh. Okay, that's fine. That's it for Keys. We have defeated the Keys. Is there anything else here? Oh god. Any pots? No. Ah! Sorry, I panicked. Yo, have a good night, Griff. Yum. That was some panic. What? Panic? No, there's no panic here. It was all calculated. All calculated. Definitely no concern, no issues, no nothing. Wow! What an excellent item in the hammer chest! Yes, is right, yep. All calculated, calm, cool, calculated, collected, and inconspicuous. Hello, Accounting Nightmare. Have fun, gotta go feed kitties. Ooh, kitties. Goodbye. Trying to deflect. What? Deflect? No. Ow. No! No! You can't get away from me! Okay, we're fine. 1 bat, 2 bats. There's 4 bats in here. I gotta sneeze. Okay. Okay. I did sneeze. So now it's 2 crates. And then that's it for this dungeon. Okay. Well, so we have things. We have things to do now. Oh, what was that? Wow. What? Wow. Huh. Sorry. Just mind blown. Okay. Fire Temple is fully completed. But we can't kill the boss. Water Temple is missing some stingray souls. But we got those now. Oh man, we have so many things. We're missing Skulltulas. I wonder how much of this game I can full clear. Because I'm still missing the light arrows. Where is this? Do we have Stalfos? Yeah, we do. We have Stalfos. Okay, we're not, this is not locked by the mirror shield anymore. Or wall skulls. Oh, thank you for fixing all those cards, Garth. Oh my god, I didn't realize so many of them had problems. To be fair, they were kind of rushed together, so I can understand why that happened, but yeah. Alright, I still need to find stuff. What do you mean it wasn't that many of them? 1, 2, 3, 4. What? Oh, there you go. Okay, so if we go back to the Hyrule Field now with the 10,000 gold gauntlet checks that we have now available. Yeah. So it looks like Skulltulas is... Oh, do we have Goma's? Do we have Goma's heart? No. Heh. I'm confused right now by the fact that I don't have... Yeah, Stinger time? Oh no, not yet. We have, I lost. I'm lost. We have Stinger souls. We don't have Skulltula souls. But I'm pretty sure we're like really close to beating the game. We just have to find Phantom Ganon. What are we at for percentage-wise? Cool. Oh, there's Hyrule Field on the list. Also, I'm not even looking where I'm going. I'm trying to get over here because I know there's a gold gauntlet rock that I've avoided the whole time because I couldn't lift it. Southeast Grotto, here we come! And the Cow Grotto as well. Get out of here. Go away. Oh, I wanted to throw that at you. It didn't work. All right, 1 grass. Ha ha ha. Wait, do we have the gold scale? Am I dumb? I didn't think that we did, but now I'm wondering, do we? We do. We, in fact, have the gold skull. All right, grotto chest, and we need the grotto grass. Wow, a stick. You'll have a good night, Mernko. The phantom doesn't have a body because it's a phantom, and it doesn't have a soul. What is it? So if a phantom doesn't have a body because it's a phantom and it doesn't have a soul, why does it not have a soul? Because the soul is missing? I think that it's a figment of your imagination then at that point. Because... Oh, no. Nope. Absolutely not. Get out. We're not doing that. If we pick up a heart container... then it's GG. Oh, broken sword though. Yeah, that's one thing we needed for. Yeah. All right. Southeast gossip stones. We cannot pick up heart containers or heart pieces because it will corrupt our heart count. We need to avoid them at all costs. Oh God, you're back again. Go away. Oh, you're so confused? Okay, so here's an explanation. You pick up a heart piece, but it's from a fairy. And a fairy swirls around you twice. So it instead of giving you 1 heart piece, it gives you 2 heart pieces. But the game's like, no, you only picked up 1 heart piece. But it also says, oh, you picked up 2 heart pieces though. So then you're like, so then you try to pick up another heart piece and the game goes, nah, something doesn't match here. I'm crashing and it's GG. You can't beat the game ever again. That's basically what's happening if we pick up that fairy. Gold scale didn't track? It might be because of gold skull. Because GS might mean gold skull? What? Do I have to bomb? What do I need to do here? Confusion. Ah. Bombs. Of course. Alright, Cow Grotto. Okay. Burn everything! No! Oh, okay. I thought that was gonna blow up and leave. Okay, Cow Grotto. We have the Cow Grotto cow is right here. Actually, we'll do the pot first. Wait a minute. I think it's a lie. I knew it. Well, we got grass. So this is 2 grass. So we got the cow pot, cow grass. Where's cow grass? Oh, there it is, cow grass. Cow grass. Okay, we need cow. Oh no, cow, why? You got an N64 just now, but the screen is awful on my TV. I suspect the cheap RCA to HDMI adapters at fault here. Not keen on buying one of those RetroTink ones that cost over $100. I mean, it really depends on how much you're gonna play it, right? Like, and you know, you don't want to like have a terrible time. Yeah, playing it because of the way it looks. If you can find one of those, like, not HDMI TVs, what are they called? Where is the stuff? Is it nothing? Yeah, it is. If you can find one of those things that, yeah, CRTs is what I was trying to brain here. But my brain wasn't working. Alright. Well, that's all of Hyrule Field except for child stuff. So... Plasma screen? Plasma screen is not what I'm talking about. That's an HDMI. Okay. If you find a TV that has RCA plugs, yeah. That's my opinion. I gotta sneeze again. I'm trying not to, but I feel like I'm gonna sneeze again. Okay. We're over here. We'll do the we'll do the birds. And then maybe go into Water Temple and do the stingers that are there. Because then at least we can get rid of Water Temple. And we have prescription. And so, yeah. I'm thinking Lake Hylia, if we complete that right now, that'll be nice to have another location full cleared. Because I think it's just the birds, right? Just 4. There's just 4 birds and sun. Oh no, we need Sunsong Fairy over there too. So 4 birds and Sunsong. Plasmas were in the middle of RCA and HDMI. But I thought that they had HDMI. Like, HDMI is specifically the input, right? I was talking about, like, not an HD TV. Kind of, like, not a 1080p one. Because, yeah, okay, let's go ahead in the prescription. HDMI has like a whole weird marketing thing. HDMI, honestly, look into it, okay? Not like in a way of like go buy it, but like look into the company that's behind HDMI, Because, man, they have a whole lot of, what's it called? Where you, like, pay people to make up papers about your stuff with, like, bias and everything else all. Right? Like, yeah, she's having doggo dreams. Hang on. But yeah, I definitely ignore the flashing camera. You see her little nose twitch and her toes? She's having sweet dreams of chasing things. But yeah. The little paw twitches, yeah. Wait, what? Are you not the prescription guy? Am I dumb? Have I handed it in already? Okay, I'm gonna assume that I've done this already, because... yeah. Or maybe prescription doesn't belong here. Belongs somewhere else, maybe. Oh, this guy gets the eyeball frog. Oh! Oh! Okay, well, I'm a goof then. Alright, so it says there is 4 birds. So I need to find the 4 different places there are birds. It's dark. Okay, we'll start with this one, I guess. What? Okay, sure. I guess that's go mode. Oh, you know, it'd be great is we actually had a teleport for Minuet. Hang on, let's find the other birds. Maybe one of them has a Minuet. Did I just see a giant bird? I saw a huge shadow. Okay, nope. Wait, you were having trouble with the bird spawns elsewhere. I was getting worried about this one. It would help if I could see anything. Oh, hi. Okay, so that's bird 2. I can't see. Darn it. Turn around. There's something behind me. Okay, well, that's 4. Where in the heck is bird 4? Okay, so we have that bird, and then there was the bird over there. Like there's the one up there, right? And then there was that bird, and then there's that bird, But there's still one more. Near the fishing hut? Swim, 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 swim. Swim faster. If you see a bird, yell, okay? Like really loudly. I need to be able to hear you from Canada. There it is. I see it. Can I yell anyways? Yes. Just make sure I hear you from all the way from Australia, okay? So you need to yell really loudly, like actually loud. Otherwise, I'm not going to be able to hear you. Okay. Okay. Oh, boo. Excuse me. It's hard to see you. Oh, bam. Minuet? No. As a matter of fact, it's not. Was that loud enough? Oh, I don't know. I might need it to be just a little bit louder. Just like a little tiny bit. Okay. Well, I guess we'll go and walk all the way back to Kakariko, or Kokiri Forest, not Kakariko, because that's not where Minuet is. I just want to be able to go there fast, but I gotta walk so slowly. Minuet's on Phantom Ganon. Minuet's gonna be on some stingray somewhere, I bet. Just to heck with me. Or on, like, the Stalfos in Shadow Temple, just because I'm never going back there. Oh, wouldn't that be funny if Stalfos has my light arrows? For some reason at the beginning of the game, I thought that there was a hint about something important being in Ganon's castle. And at this point, I'm assuming that's gotta be light arrows. Because I can't imagine. Like, I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy, which is also fairly, you know, not a surprise. But I swear, I thought that there was something at the beginning, because I've been thinking about that this whole time. I'm like, is there anything in Ganon's castle that I could possibly get that would lead me somewhere else? But I don't think so. Oh, Sun Song. Yeah, Sun Song, Ken. Oh, I hope it's not Sun Song. Can you imagine if I find Sun Song in Ganon's castle and that leads me somewhere else? To go find the light arrows? What do you think, chat? Where do you think my light arrows are gonna be? Watch it be not Ganon's castle. GT Big Key Chest? Ooh. That's a pretty good one. You know, I haven't seen the fighting GIF for a long time. It's a very good card. All right, in we go. Oh God, if I don't start talking, or like if I'm not talking the entire time that I'm going through the Lost Woods, I'm getting copyright claimed. You're trying to remember places we've not done for where the arrows can be. See, that's the tough thing, is a lot of it is just one-off checks, I guess. Or it could be souls. Like maybe it's Goma, right? Get Goma's soul in like Ganon's castle, and then you gotta go punch Goma in the face to get like the light arrows. Hey Robin, you've been playing Elden Ring again. Does anybody know if Elden Ring is an archipelago? I feel like it's gotta be at this point. You're gonna guess it's some soul we don't have? I feel like we have a lot of them though. Like if I'm gonna go inside of the here before I get copyright claimed. Or my VOD muted. But yeah, we have Queen Goma, Volvagia, Skulltulas though, Freezards, Dodongos. Wow, we have a lot of souls we haven't found yet. That makes me uncomfortable. Like really uncomfortable. Sorry, I'm just looking through here. Deku Baba in Courtyard Forest Temple. Deku Baba in other Courtyard Forest Temple. Skull, 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 skull. Ganon's heart. Okay. Well, looks like we gotta go beat up some plants first. Before we go fight Ganon. Just in case one of them has my... what's it called? You'd think this is Team Skull. Is that a Pokemon team now? It's from Sun and Moon? Ah! All right. One Deku Baba. Ah, ah, ah. Dark Souls 3 was the only FromSoft game. If I was good at Dark Souls 3, you know what? You know what? I might actually be able to do, I feel like I could do Dark Souls 3 rando if I upped the amount of things that I specifically could get, right? Like if I plus maxed every sword and every weapon that I got and then like gave myself 10,000 Estus flasks, I think I could do it. I will do, that'll be one of the ones that I learn. Oh no! What? Freezard, that unlocks the entirety of Ice Palace thing. I see. I don't want to go that way. I'm not cheating. I'm just giving myself a massive advantage. Right? Yeah. No. It makes sense. I'm still looking for the light arrows, so I'm not gonna just go straight to Ganon. I would like to at least try to find the light arrows, if I can. Dark Souls 1 and Dark Souls 2 are in Archipelago as non-core games. Don't see Elden Ring in the list. Darn. Okay. You watch, okay? You watch. I'm gonna do something really cool. All right? I hope you're ready for this. Da, 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 da. No, I'm just kidding. Okay. Watch. Wabam! Got him! Yeah, I don't want to have to go the long way. Nice! Yeah. Alright, that's all the Deku Babas here. Skulltula. Oh wait, what? Yeah, okay. I think there's Skulltula in the first hallway, Skulltula after the first locked door, Skulltula in the ceiling room, there's 3 of them, Skulltula in the hallway after the green pole, and then basement Skulltula, and then Phantom Ganonheart is the only thing. Chip has spoiled me with how easy that's become. Why? What is it? What do you need to do in Ship that you can't do in this? I want to actually equip. Yo, no, I have the Bigora unequipped. Yeah. Okay. Phantom Ganon, your days are numbered. More tricks. I want to drink some pickle juice. Ew! What do you mean, ew? Maybe I'm just hungry. Ah, Ruby has changed positions. That was random. I don't know what you expect. My brain is like spaghetti. Like, all the things are connected. All things are connected in my brain. I go on like, I start in one place and then it's just like, but then there's 10,000 other things. Ganon, please. Why? I jumped over him. No. No! Ganon. Rude. Alright, Phantom Ganon. Give me your heart. Nah. Rude. Alright. Spirit medallion obtained. Ah! Rude. All right. Next and last locations that we're going to. Ganon's Castle. Let's go. That's fine. I'm gonna mark down Temple of Time that I'm going the wrong way and I'm not even looking at the game, but I don't need to because I know where I need to go. Where is the Temple of Time on this list? Very top? No, not the reward from Rauru. I want There's another one. There's an entire Temple of Time section near Market. There it is. I found it. Temple of Time, Light Arrows cutscene. Found it. That is this whole section completed. Yeah. Alright. It's 409 was what I was looking for. The 409th spot on the tracker. See, like this bridge is ethereal. Well, except for it's also physical. Okay, we're gonna have to kill everything. I'm just gonna go and scroll all the way to the bottom. And I might as well just start. Where's the entrance? There we go. Entry B most left and entry B most right. No, you can't. No, you can't. Yeah, take that. Literally nothing! Hooray. Giddy up 409. What's that? Okay. It's an old commercial for a product, 409. Ah. This is Spirit Trial. Spirit Trial BMOS. There it is. Literally, I was like on it. Rude. Dunk, 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 dunk. Okay. Okay. Oh, a cleaning product. Oh, okay. Also, welcome in, Chocobo. Rude. No! Torch! Slugs! Give in the ice traps! Dunk, dunk, dunk. A Beach Boys song. Perfection. 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 A piece of heart. Okay, this is Spirit Trial, Invisible chest. But also I forgot to grab the other chest, which is, I probably should grab the other chest. Before I forget the other chest. So far, we're not finding anything. I'm suspicious. I know that we don't actually have to, you know, I know that we don't have to actually fully, yeah. Hang on. You're like, what? How did that work? I don't have to do any of the trial checks or anything else. I'm just doing them because I'm still missing the light arrows. So I could go to Ganon. Or I could just do them now. Kanzion! Wow, that was a lot of things. Hello, hey you! How's your rating been? Okay. We have Wall Masters 1, 2, and 3 completed. There should be pots. Spirit trial pot. Someone paid you 10 million gil for an M12 clear. That was pretty good. Yo, nice. Did you do it? Alright, well, we got our pots. Oh, you know what? I bet you there's like 10,000 pots up at the top. You did done do it. Nice. Congratulations. Excuse me. What is a pig? A regretful pile of pork butts? Regretful? Hmm. Sadness. I don't think there's anything in Fire Temple or Fire Trial. Okay. There's no... Yeah. Invisible case 1! Ow! We don't have the Skull Chula. So, hopefully, it's not on the Skull Chula. 2! No! Bop, bop. Oh, nice. Health. You bet there's fire there in Fire Trial? I don't know. There's no chest in the middle because we don't have Skull Chulas. Yo! Oh my god, a lion! Thank you so much for the 7 months. How goes the run? Well, I'm looking to win. And at the moment, it's a struggle. Because, well, I don't know where my light arrows are. So I'm just kind of going through. And yeah. Trying to complete it all. So I can't go any farther because I don't have any small keys. And I can't get this chest because we're missing Skull Chulas. So there's no invisible Skull Chula in order to kill. So every enemy in the game will drop an item, a check or whatever. I don't think there's anything in here. I mean, there might be... Oh, bubbles! Oh, no. There's bubbles! Okay. 1 bubble. Oh, there's also a torch slug. I can hear it. No! More ice traps. Do-do-do-do. SSJ! Thank you so much for the 30 watch streak! Alright, that's another grotto. Or grotto? Why did I say grotto? Okay. Got one of those. Does fire, oh, fire does have pots. Okay, that's fine. So we'll deal with that. I'm not really worried about checking all of the grottos or everything else all yet, because I still have, a lot of other things that I can do. And at the moment, they're kind of the bigger priority because, I can just go kill Ganon. I mean, I can go talk to Ganon, and Ganon will tell me where it is that I need to be. Okay, I really don't, you know what? I'm not even gonna bother finishing Fire Trial. The likelihood of it being in those last two pots are so small that I'd rather just do these ones. Which is saying something. Heck. Too slow or too fast? I can't tell if I'm not, like, hitting it all the time. Okay, that's too fast. That's too fast again. That's too slow. There you go. Wow. Okay. No. Alright, so Shadow Temple, where is Shadow or Shadow Trial? I see Spirit Trial. Oh no, I forgot about all the fairies underneath. You know, we don't have the fire arrows. Ray with the 10 watch streak. Sorry, I'm trying to find Shadow Trial. Oh, there it is. Shadow Trial Bubble and Shadow Trial Lake. And we killed the Fire Trial Torch Slug. Shadow Trial Pot we didn't do. Shadow Trial Pot we didn't do. There should be a Shadow Trial Chest, which... There's one. The Trial Front Chest, so now we just need the second one. I killed the other one. You know what? Heck it. I'm gonna go back and do the places that have the most checks. And then I'm going to go up to Ganon. And then Ganon's gonna tell me where I need to go. And then I'm gonna tell Ganon where to go. And how fast to get there. And then I'm gonna beat him up. Yeah, how's that sound? Sounds like a plan. You're like, Saku, how do you even know that that's there? There's a whole lot of knot here. Thankfully, there's a whole lot of, there's a whole lot of, ice traps and everything else. Anything else wanna be? Yep. Anything else? Okay, we'll grab this too. No heart containers. Yep. Alright, well, we have a whole lot of fairies that we just got, so we'll just mark those off. And I don't think we got anything good from that. What? The Twilight Realm? What do you mean, Carl? I feel like that's a reference I don't understand. Oh yeah, there's bats in here. One bat. Two bats. Literally nothing. Three bats. Ice trap. Four bats. Okay. Five bats. Oh, a bottle. Perfect timing. Do we have any more bats in here? And I can hear bats up the stairs, but I don't hear any more in here, so. No? No! I was just about to get the heart! Okay, I think that's all the bats. Okay. Oh, that was a lot of bats. Alright, Dinalthos. Oh yeah, you know what I didn't think about is the fact that I don't know. Did we get the Iron Knuckle souls? Overworld placer. Oh, Dragon Ball. Yeah, okay. I definitely would say the Home for Infinite Losers is definitely not where he's going. He's going to the Twilight Realm. Oh, good. Deku bag of seeds. Hey, we got the Dinalfos. But yeah, I didn't think about the fact that we actually needed the souls for Dinalfos and Stalfos and the white, like, the knuckles, the iron knuckles. Are they called? Is that what they're called in the tracker? They're called the white and black knuckle. Go away. Can't see. Oh no! More ice traps! More ice traps! Alright. Wha-bam! This is it. Light arrows. Oh, okay. Well, close. Close. There were arrows. Excuse me. Yikes! Too close! Too close! Too close! Too close! No. No, 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 no. Okay, well, I killed them. Alright, we got the boss key chest. Alright. I hope you're ready, chat. I hope you're ready for Ganon to say something like, have you found the light arrows in Forest Temple? Meanwhile, I just left there. Wha-bam! No. Oh, I actually got the fire arrows. A heart container, ice trap, yeah. I'm pretty sure this one's an ice trap too. Probably should have gotten the heart container last. Alright, one side of the pots is done. Light arrows? Come on! Ah. Oh, yuck! There's a soul right there. Is this an actual soul? No way! What? Oh my god, and double defense. Wow. Didn't I make a joke earlier about Goma being in Ganon's castle? And that, I'd have to go fight Goma? If Goma has your arrows, then yeah, you called it. We'll see. We'll see. I gotta save. If they say Deku Tree, I'm going straight to Goma. Okay, I gotta not skip text, okay? I have to, what's it called? Oh, I have to mark things down. Okay, oops, I put some double X's here. Okay, I think that this is hopefully what I'm looking for. Please tell me that my stuff is something I can actually obtain already. Hey, don't skip text. Don't skip text. Why did I leave my trident back in the desert? Haha! No! I knew it! No way! What? There is no way that happened! Oh my god! As if... No way! Oh no! Oh man! Oh, I really hope somebody clipped when I said that earlier so we could put that together. Oh my god. Okay, well, let's just quickly go and do a soft reset here. I was wandering through I remember this moment. I remember I was walking through Hyrule Field on the way to... Where? On the way to go defeat Phantom Ganon. I was walking backwards through Hyrule Field on the way to go fight Phantom Ganon when I was like, man, there's really, like, you know, I was thinking about all the things that, you know, it could be, right? All the things that these things could be, and it was heckin', oh my god. Okay. How does one achieve perfect witch status in randomizer? That's the advice you want. Well, the thing that you need to do is you need to think of what could be the worst possible place for these particular items, and then guess that that would be where the items are. Yeah. Because we were walking back from... there. Oh man, I can't believe it. Okay, if I save now and then I reset again as a child, it'd put me back at my house. Because I don't have Minuet, so... Can you imagine if it's not Goma? We're clipping everything, right? As if it's Goma, but I don't have everything for the game. Brett, thank you so much for the 93 months. Listen, okay, I do want to say, I don't have everything, right? It might not even be Goma. We're all like, you know, we're all banking on it being Goma, but we still have Skulltula souls we haven't seen. So it's possible that we just don't have, like, it's possible that we don't even have the ability to do this. So, like, yeah, we're clipping it and everything else, so, but it's still possibly not Goma, right? But also at the same time, even if it's not, that's gonna be an excellent clip for things later. If it's not Goma, I'm gonna be really sad. And now I'm slightly more worried about it not being Goma because of the fact that Scarth didn't clip it earlier. I'm like, oh man. Oh shoot. You did take note of the timestamp? That's fair. Alright, here we go. Time for light arrows. Give me, give me, give me, give me. Goma. give me light arrows after midnight. Wow! Quick kill, let's go. Yeah! I knew it! What a game. Oh my god. Oh, that's amazing. Okay, that's so funny. That would have been even more funny if it was an ice trap. Actually, we're gonna go and kill Ganon. Wow. Absolute cinema. I saw this as well when I was looking into the double fairy thing. I was like, oh, just wait till she gets a load of this. I'm pretty sure that, like, out here, there was definitely a hint somewhere that said something about Ganon's castle. I'm trying to see if it was here. Oh. I'm Commander Shepard, and this is my favorite gossip stone in Hyrule. Oh my gosh. Saku, I want you to know you thought I rolled curse seeds for map rando. I think your Ocarina Time seeds have topped my rolls. Your reaction to lights being in the Deku tree might be the best reaction to anything I've seen for you, Saku. Okay, I need to send 3 clips to Tropical. The prediction of me guessing it's the Deku the prediction of me guessing that it was the Deku, whatever, like Goma soul. And then the finding Goma's soul in Ganon's castle, and then defeating Goma. Guess who's sick? It's Brett, isn't it? Oh, and the Ganon hint. Oh yes, and the Ganon hint. Yes, that one too. Dark Fiend, thank you so much for the raid. It's me, a goof. What raid? I had no idea. There's no way. 4 clips, yeah. Fogs, can you get those clips together and put it in the management Discord for me, please? Can you collect them and put them in the management Discord and tell Tropical for like to get all of them for the one thing? Thank you. Was there a boss soul in Ice Cavern that like you predicted way back when? I don't know. I haven't gone into Ice Cavern. But it's possible Twin Rova might be in there. Or not Twin Rova. Volvagia or Volvagia. Or Volvagia. I don't actually know how to say that dragon's name. Of course, Dark Fiend. Thank you so much for the raid. I hope your game was fun. Thank you. Jack, can you send it to Fogs so he can put it in the channel? Please and thank you. Oh man. Ganon! It's time to duel. I've come to bargain. Vivalgia? Vivalgia or Vivalgia? Oh no, it's the GIF and GIF thing all over again. Here we go. Deku tree. Rude. I'm sorry, Saku. I'm sorry too. Yeah. Wait, do I have the rights? Yeah, I do. Wow, that was fast. Wow. EZPZ. Nice one cycle. By the way, that was super fast. I'm a pro gamer. Alright. Take and store my damage. Take and store my damage. Take and store my damage. I'm gonna equip my... Yeah. Still take and store my damage. Oh, man. Hey, Kevin. Bam, 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 bam. Oh. You should get the Lego set? Yeah, sure. I'll just, like, come up with $130 or $150 or whatever, however, with the shipping. EZPZ, of course. Like 300 in the States? What? Is it? No. The Ganon fight one? Excuse me. No, the Ganon fight one is definitely not 300. It's 129. If you're talking about the Deku Tree one, yeah, that one's 300. But, it's definitely not that much. If it was 300 for the other one, I would lose my mind. Just because of, like, how little pieces it is. And how small of a set it is. Oh. Oh, God. Do you mind? I can't see anything, 'cause you're being a butt. No, I'm gonna get hit. What the heck what just happened? I like blinked and I don't know what happened. I'm so confused. I meant to roll through him, but then at the same time I got hit backwards, and then I think I still clipped through him? Question mark? I would love it if I could find Ganon's soul. I'd love that. Oh, Ganon, you want to exist? Oh, would be a shame if I whiffed on my sword attack. Would be a shame if I didn't find your soul or didn't, you know, whatever. People said to give up on the seed. I would never. This has been amazing. What a great journey we've been on the last 3-4 weeks. I was strongly encouraged to give up the seed and to re-roll a new one. And look at us now! Just imagine, that clip wouldn't have been possible if we had given up. To be fair, I can't see clips. Scarth, I can't see when people make clips. Could you imagine having a Kuko as an in-game item, then standing at the door entrance, opening the door, releasing it inside? Oh, that would be funny. That's fair. That's fair. If it had been, like, if it had become the most viewed clip, it would probably pop up. So, yeah. Dig, thank you so much for the Prime resub. All the tragedy that has befallen Hyrule has been my fault, because I generated a terrible 1,899 check seed. However, by doing this, blah, 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 blah. Goodbye, Link. We're dooming the world. Saku has never generated an evil seed. It was fun. It's true. Honestly, I don't want to give you the ocarina, Zelda. No, rude. It's my ocarina. You gave it to me. This is what is it called? You can't take it back. No backseas. No, don't give it to her. No, timeline ruined. Oh no, the worst timeline. No, not Wind Waker. Oh God, what have you done, Link? You made Wind Waker happen. Ah, no. Now go home, Saku. I have no home. Also that, too. I have no home. I can't live in the forest. I can't get back. Deku Tree's already dead. Where am I supposed to live? I'm a child. I have no home because I can't go back. Oh my God. You did make the worst timeline, you know. Dig! Congrats on the 5 consecutive watch streak. Alright. You remember when we used to play this and it used to crash on this scene every time? You remember that? Who remembers that? Ice cream is a food? It is. You can let it melt, it becomes a drink. Yeah, that was pretty funny. I scream, you scream, we all scream for possible ice cream. Yeah, let's go. But the drink is also a food? Yes. Yes, it is. I have possible ice cream. I didn't mix it up yesterday because instead I decided to test a Portal 2 Archipelago rando. Potential ice cream, possible ice cream. Are these from Amazon? What from Amazon? What is possible ice cream? It's ice cream that's yet to be determined if it is ice cream or not. It's like a mixture that could be ice cream, but might be sadness. Screaming for ice cream. Oh man. But yeah, I was gonna make ice cream yesterday, but instead I played Portal 2, and then I changed the channel status in the Discord to say Archipelago was a mistake, and then I think that channel status stayed for a very long time today. So it's up when I woke up. Yeah. It's like, cause we did a Portal 2 test, right? So I'm like, oh man, I'm gonna do Portal 2 to test to make sure that I can put it in the 40 seed Archipelago. So I wanted to test it in the Discord. So I streamed it to the Discord and had a couple people join me. But then the problem is that the Portal 2 Archipelago got updated a week ago, and I guess nobody else had tested it since it went up. Because just over a week ago, Mernco had tested it before it got updated. And when they updated it, they forgot some files for the AP world. So, everything was just symbols. So we couldn't tell what we were missing. It's supposed to have, like, underneath the level, it's supposed to have the item that you need in order to beat it. But for us, it was just, like, I with squigglies on top of it, or N with squigglies on top of it, or O with slash over top of it, or whatever, right? It was like, yeah, so I was like, I have no idea what any of these things are, and so, yeah, it was really hard to be able to tell what it was I was supposed to do, because, for instance, here, I'll show you, I'll show you one of them. It's like, okay, I need, right, hang on. So this is what it was supposed to, this is what it was supposed to have, right? Actually, I'll do it after, or no, I can do it. Now I'll just make it smaller. Sorry, it's gonna cover the game for half a second, but, so these are the symbols that are supposed to be on the thingy, underneath the game, right? Underneath the level, if you need any of these items, it'll pop up underneath the list as like, hey, this is what you need. This is, you know, this is the key, right? That shows you what the things are that you need. Okay, but for me, when I went to go, I'll wait till the cutscene ends here because, you know, the end of the game. 8 carpenters singing. 8 carpenters singing. 6 geese a laying. 5 golden rings. Sarah is gonna be like, Saku, what the heck? It's Christmas songs. You skipped 7. Hang on. Did I? What's 7? Oh, because it's 7 geese a laying, right? No, wait. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what the song is. Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah, GG. What a great seed. Swans are swimming. Oh, wait. Oh, okay, so 6 geese a laying, 7 swans are swimming. Why does swans a swimming work, but geese a laying? But shouldn't it have 2 G's? Where's the swans, Sakura? What swans? Never seen. Swans are just fancy ducks. Swans are just ducks that got invited to a ball. The end! You're a fancy duck. Wow.